Hey folks, Sherman Downey here with my friends Scott and Paul, playing for you for the Folk Festival set. Welcome. Thanks for joining us. How you been keeping out there? We've been doing well, getting outside a lot. How about you guys getting outside?
A lot, great.
A lot. I did the Humber River float the other day on a Canadian Tire inflatable raft called the Explorer 200. More of a toy, really, more of a toy. I don't recommend it. Wear your life jackets. But come to Newfoundland when you can and do the Humber River float. This first song is off the new album called New Beautiful. The song is called Shift Work. It's about a couple of characters. The fella finds himself in a city trying to make some money and to keep his relationship strong. You know, he thinks the money is an important thing. And the girl is off in a small town just kind of wondering when he's going to come back, and he's hoping she's going to come to the city, and they've found themselves at a crossroads. So this is called Shift Work. Every day I go to work, I wake up early, I drink some coffee, I read the news and I press my shirt. Every couple of weeks I drive the highway along the coastline just to get out of the stink. And I've been saving my money, I've been tucking it all away. And if I keep my head down, well, I think I'll be okay. Maybe when I have enough I'll go. So if you change your mind, won't you let me know? Every day when I call it quits, my head keeps busy and the heart commits. It's been a while since I've been home tiptoeing down your hall. Oh, maybe I could give you a call. I've been saving my money, I've been tucking it all away. And if I keep my head down, well, I think I'll be okay. And maybe when I have enough I'll go. So if you change your mind, won't you let me know? Cause I've been saving my money, I've been tucking it all away. And if I keep my head down, well, I think I'll be okay. And maybe when I have enough I'll go. So if you change your mind, won't you let me know? Shift Work. Thanks, folks. Thanks for tuning in. This next song we're going to try for you is written about a friend of mine who, I don't know, they get a little anxious when they get up in the morning and they feel like there's a lot to do, and you know, and it's hard to get through every day, you know, and so they make a to-do list to check off during the day, and it makes them feel good to check this list off. Like being productive and getting through, you know. And so this is a song about, you know, taking care of yourself, I suppose. It's called To-Do List. underestimate the delicate divide. Well, check the lights and grab your keys. Bear the weight but bend your knees. Another day begun. Try not to get distracted by everything to do, 'cause everything gets static with so much coming through. You should focus on the one thing, whatever it is for you, whatever it is, it doesn't matter. So it's up in the night and it's out in the woods, and I wish with all your might that you could go, and you could. Instead it's off to sleep, sweet dreams to the neighborhood. Blow a kiss from me and tell everyone you know, 'cause you should. Don't forget to stand up straight and look at me in the eye, and never underestimate the delicate divide. Well, maybe I'll take that shift at the factory, so until then I'll hope to see you. And I try not to get distracted by everything you do, 'cause everything gets static with so much coming through. I should focus on the one thing, whatever it is for you, whatever it is, it doesn't matter. Try not to get distracted by everything to do, 'cause everything gets static with so much coming through. You should focus on the one thing, whatever it is for you, whatever it is, it doesn't matter. La 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la, 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 la 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 Little major 7 there for you. You're welcome. This next song we're going to try for you, I tell people lately, I think it might be maybe 80-year-old me, the character in this song, and he imagines he likes to wake up in the morning with his cup of tea and watch the town wake up where he lives, sitting out on the front porch. And he lets his mind wander sometimes to travel and adventure, and he imagines, running off with a lover of his, but then he snaps back to reality pretty quickly and realizes that sitting on the front porch with his tea is not such a bad place to be after all. In the morning she is dancing in the kitchen to the music on the radio. With the windows open and the curtains wide, she's singing every word she knows. And out in the street with the heat coming down, the boys are busy falling in love. And the girls walk by with their backs up, wondering what the hell they're thinking of. Oh, the kids on the corner, they're kicking up dust. There must be something to be so bored. Last week some punk beat a window out. It's got the neighbors locking up the doors. And all the weekend workers, they're walking to work like nothing's gonna get them down. Well, maybe it will, and maybe it won't, but they'll be damned if they'll be sitting around. And you can find me on the front porch, sipping my tea, wondering if anyone's looking at me. Every day is the same old thing, there's nothing much happening. Soon I'm gonna pack my suitcase and I'm gonna hit the road. Well, if you're walking around and you see my face, well, be sure to stop and say hello. Little bird, won't you carry me? Well, I'm up with the sun every day of the week, and it hits me like a kiss on the cheek and rolls me like a stone. It's a lazy evening, daydreaming that I'm on the run, and I'm running with my lover, and when we duck for cover, she tells me I'm the only one. And oh, how my heart skips a beat. How could a lady of mine ever be so sweet? She nearly swept me off of my feet. Gotta hand it to my imagination, 'cause I'm just sitting on the front porch, sipping my tea, wondering if anyone's looking at me. Every day it's the same old thing, there's nothing much happening. Soon I'm gonna pack that suitcase and I'm gonna hit that road. Well, if you're walking around and you see my face, be sure to stop and say hello. Little bird, won't you carry me? I'm up with the sun every day of the week, and it hits me like a kiss on the cheek and rolls me like a stone. This next song we're going to try for you is off the first album, actually, and it's a song we released, the first song we released off the first album, Honey for Bees, myself and a band called The Ambiguous Case. Paul Lockyer here, the drummer for The Ambiguous Case, joining us here tonight. Say hi, Paul.
Hi, Paul.
Everybody's happy to see you. And also Scott, our good friend Scott, playing the bass. And yeah, so this was the first single off the first album, as I say, and it's about a character who's kind of moved away in hopes of finding happiness, you know, kind of get the itch to travel sometimes, you know, when you get out of school and you haven't seen the world yet, and so they feel like, oh, maybe I'll be more content somewhere else, you know, and they move off. And then they call home all the time, and they kind of live vicariously through the people still there because they haven't really found what they're looking for. And maybe it's here in Newfoundland on the west coast, floating down the Humber River. Okay. I'm ready, buddy. Oh, wait. I'm going to change harmonicas here, folks.
And Scott will keep him entertained.
Yeah. All right. And the bustle of the city just ain't the life for me. You can have your welcoming committees, and I'll have my way with the breeze. The odelay, the odelay. All this talking and talking must drive you right over $5 that I'd lose. I'm tossing and you're turning in the wee hours. Think back to that fork in the road when I took the one less traveled and you took the one everyone knows. And it'll get you when you're down and out without a doubt, my friend. For all the times that you hoped and prayed and wished you stayed, my friend. 'Cause it'll get you when you're down and out without a doubt, my friend. For all the times that you hoped and prayed and wished you stayed, my friend. Well, keep your head up. How's it feeling back there, boys?
Feel good. That's great.
Feels good. It's nice to jam with a trio, I must say. I've never really done this too much, so thanks to the boys for joining me. Scott and Paul, put your hands together. I know you are.
Oh, no.
Not you guys.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, it's been really nice over here in Newfoundland. Come visit when you get a chance. Hope you're doing well. This next song is about a girl in Ontario that I met when I was out on the road for the first time without the band. It was just me solo in a station wagon driving across the country for the first time, you know, as a solo performer. And a very daunting task, you know, and Ontario, as most of you know, just goes on and on, doesn't it? Four days of driving through. And I had to stop for gas in this small little town in Ontario. And I walked into the place, and there was a lady behind the counter. There was George Jones was on the radio, I remember, the old possum. And I was just, you know, walking the aisles, listening to the song. And then when I got to the counter to pay for my gas and the stuff I'd picked up, road snacks, you know, chips. I got to talking to her, and she said, "Now, what are you doing in town, my love?" She didn't say my love. We say my love here. "What are you doing in town now?" And I said, "Just passing through as a musician. I'm traveling across the country now, first time by myself." And she seemed really captivated by the idea. And I said, jokingly, when I took my receipt, I said, "Well, sure, hop in the car, we'll go." And she paused for a second, and so this is the song that was inspired by that pause. For your hands to do, a piece of paper for a plan or two, paint a picture with the sky as blue as you feel. When you think about the day ahead and the things you'd like to do instead, you think until your eyes see red, you're tangled in a wheel. Oh, sweet lady, I hope I'll never see you again. Oh, sweet lady, rocking up to call it quits. If something gives and you don't know what it is or how it fits. Remember at the petrol station, the possum on the radio, when you gave some thought to running off, when I asked you if you'd go. Felt good. That poor lady, I wonder what she's doing. She's doing over there.
Still waiting for you.
Still waiting for me.
Puzzled.
A few years back, there was a lottery win in Corner Brook, Newfoundland. It was for $6 million, I believe, a respectable amount. And my folks are the type of people, they buy tickets and they have their numbers. And when the win came out, nobody had come forward to claim this $6 million. And so instead of checking their numbers, Mom, Dad now, they decided, well, we'll put that ticket in the top drawer of the dresser. And we won't look at it, and we'll pretend maybe that we're the winners. And for the week, they just walked around like millionaires, feeling like they had the winning ticket in the drawer. It's pretty cool. This is a song about people who kind of wait around for luck to change their life when, you know, maybe they're not doing so bad, you know. And you just take a second to look up around you, and maybe it's not so bad. And so this is a song about people who do sit around and wait for them, and it's my advice to not to. It's called Honey for Bees. Fortune cookie, fortune behind the magnet on the fridge. The little lucky clover that you planted could never ever scratch that itch. The rusty horseshoe that you nailed over the bent screen door. The little grain of salt over the shoulder could never ever bring you more. But sooner or later it'll get you. You put your money down and I'll bet you. Like honey for the bee, baby, that is you. That crooked little wishbone hanging in the window at the sink. It's got you turned around. It's got you hoping every time you think that sooner or later it'll get you. You put your money down and I bet you. Like honey for the bee, baby, that is you. Now here's the part that you need the most. It's a piece of your heart that bleeds the most. You're honey for the bee. Yeah, you're honey for the bee. Deodorant. Yeah, you're honey for the bee. Thank you. That song is actually called Honey for Bees, and it's the title track off our first album, found on the second album. You know, I hid it over there. And this next song is the title track for the last album, which you can find on the latest album, New Beautiful. It's called The Sun in Your Eyes. It's kind of about somebody who's found themselves at a bit of a crossroads, and they're wondering if maybe they should just get out and you know, make a break for it. And yeah, it's a song about self-empowerment and making a decision for yourself sometimes. Staring at the floor, seeing faces in the wood. The kids are screaming bloody murder, and you know you probably should step outside and settle things back down before someone pokes an eye out and it gets all over town. How many pieces take their place, lining up for their escape? Once you knew what it was like, once you knew what it was like, tracing letters on your back with a feather from the street. You guess at all the secrets, and it spills out his deceit. And somewhere in between the then and now, someone lost a feeling, and you're damned if you don't know how. How many pieces take their place, lining up for their escape? Once you knew what it was like, once you knew what it was like. So now you're waiting in the car with the heater on, and it's on your mind to leave. Let the west wind take you till you're nothing but a memory. How many pieces take their place, lining up for their escape? Once you knew what it was like, once you knew what it was like. It's missing down raining, and he letting up with a run, let it, let it. Missing down raining, and he letting up with a run, let it, let it. Missing down raining, and he letting up with a run, let it, let it. Missing down raining, and he letting up with a run, let it. Thanks, everybody. That's called The Sun in Your Eyes, the title track off the last album, found on the newest album called New Beautiful. And we're going to leave you with one more. Thanks so much, everybody, for joining us. Yeah, thanks so much, everybody, for joining us here for our folk festival set. I hope you're doing well out there. If you're over on the West Coast sometime, come and see us. You can stay on the couch if you like, and I hope you keep well. This is called Deep in the Dark of the Jubilee Seam. It's a song about a character, well, I mean, it's based on a true story. My hometown, Corner Brook, Newfoundland, over on the West Coast, closer to Port aux Basques, Corner Brook, South Branch area. Before they actually became a bit of a coal mining town, there were locals living in the area, and nobody knew where the coal was at all. There wasn't any mining in the area, and they had prospectors coming in looking for a place to set up shop and do some mining in the area. And the locals, they're like, frig off, boy. We don't want any prospectors coming in. We don't want a coal mine. And so they were ready to haul up stakes and go, these prospectors. But one day, Thomas Downey was walking down the river that runs behind my house, and he found a lump of coal at the mouth of a brook coming into the river. And he figured, well, maybe there's coal up there. I gotta let the boys know. I gotta let everybody know I found some coal. And before he had a chance to tell anybody where he'd found it, he disappeared mysteriously. And so that kind of inspired this song. That's maybe he's still, I don't know, maybe he went somewhere. I don't know where he went. And a lot of people probably think the locals got rid of him, to keep that secret about where the coal was. But for this song, I've kind of drawn up a couple of characters. One is Henry. He lives underground mostly. He's a miner, and he's trying to bring home a lot of money to keep his family happy. And his lover's at home just wishing he was around more. And so one day she's had enough of him not being around, and she stomps down to the mouth of this mine, and she seals him in there. She blows up the entrance to the mine and seals him in there with 100 other miners. Gonna teach him a lesson. Nothing wrong with that, is there?
I don't think so.
People say it's a murder ballad, a mass murder ballad, I suppose. My folks still go up there as a point of interest up around this brook, Coal Brook. All the mining stuff is still there, Some of you heard this story before, but they go up there and they have little fires there, and they bring people up there as a point of interest. And a couple of years ago, they heard a rustling in the woods across the brook and up where the old mine used to be. And so they put down their things and crossed the brook and went up over the bank, and the mouth of the mine had all collapsed in on itself, and sitting in the muck and the mud below, exhausted and unable to escape, was a little baby moose. And so Mom and Dad, they took off, and they went back down to the house, and they got this, the Argo ATV kind of thing. Brought up a ladder and a jacket and some straps, and they made their way up to the rim of this hole again, and they threw the jacket down over the moose's head, a little baby moose, terrified and exhausted in the mud, and hopped down in the hole with it and took the straps, and they put the straps under the moose and hauled it up out of this hole, and I tell you, delicious. This is called Deep in the Dark of the Jubilee Seam. Henry took great comfort in the belly of this coal mine, with his pickaxe and his shovel by his side. He hardly saw the sun, never spoke to anyone, but anyone would tell you he was only a man of flesh and bone. Mary was the daughter of the local tavern. She was born with liquor in her veins, and any man who laid his hands upon her was lucky to have used his hands again. And in the middle of the night, deep in the dark in the candlelight, you can feel the weight of it. There's no way of escaping it. In the middle of the night, deep in the dark in the candlelight, And 100 men and Henry knew the feelings had been hurt. Flickering light, all covered in coal, with his pickaxe and his shovel. Henry sat down in the dirt and knew he was in trouble. And in the middle of the night, deep in the dark, in the candlelight, you can feel the weight of it. There's no way of escaping it. In the middle of the night, deep in the dark, in the candlelight. That's it, folks. Thanks so much for having us here at the Folk Festival this year. We hope to see you again out on the road soon. Put your hands together again for Scott and Paul, and I'm Sherman Downey. Hope to see you again. Thanks.